What's up, everybody? It's Jake, back in the BarBend garage gym, and once again I got my good friend Chelsea Bourgeois. For those who don't know, Chelsea is an RDN, so I'm really happy to have her with me today. Chelsea, how are we doing?
Hey, I'm excited to be back. Thanks for having me.
I'm so pumped you're back in here. So in this video today, Chelsea and I are going to be talking about the best non-stim pre-workouts on the market in 2024. Now, a lot of people associate pre-workouts with caffeine, but not everybody wants that with their pre-workout. I love coffee, but I can be pretty caffeine sensitive. So Chelsea, just real quick off the bat, what's the benefit of a non-stim pre-workout?
Yeah, so a stim-free workout and a stimulant-containing pre-workout, they all have the same goal in mind to improve our workout through improved cognitive function and energy levels. Like you said, that cup of coffee in the morning is going to kickstart that brain. Same thing, what we want in our pre-workout is to keep us focused. So a stim-free pre-workout is just going to do it differently, and it's going to come without those, typical jitters and caffeine crash.
Yeah, I definitely get pretty jittery. Now, Chelsea and I have a lot to talk about today, so we just want to go ahead and lay out our top pick overall, and it comes from Legion with their, of course, stim-free pre-workout here. This is Pulse. So something really cool here is that there's 8,000 milligrams of citrulline malate and 3,600 milligrams of beta-alanine. Plus it comes in 8 different flavors. Now, before we start doing our whole spiel on why this was ranked the #1 stim-free pre-workout, just want to make sure y'all know that we do in fact have a detailed article that pairs with this video, and I recommend you go and check that out. All you gotta do is search BarBend, best non-stim pre-workouts, and it's gonna pull it right up for you. Okay, so Legion Pulse Stim-Free obviously has 300 milligrams of alpha GPC. And so for those who are unaware, there are some studies shown that this can make up for the lack of caffeine and by increasing your physical performance and your overall mental cognition. Chelsea, what are your thoughts on alpha GPC? And can you kind of explain what that is a little bit?
Sure. So caffeine is obviously more widely researched, but I can get behind the research behind alpha GPC right now, especially with its effects on cognitive function. The research is showing that alpha GPC can help reduce exercise-induced dips in choline. And we know that choline is really important for cognitive function. It's important for our mood, our memory. But it's also showing that it can help reduce muscle soreness and improve recovery time too. So a lot of bang for your buck with that alpha GPC in this formula.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And something else I really like about Legion is that they keep everything at a minimum. Really nothing artificial, anything like that. But with that comes with kind of a high price tag. 20 servings in here, and it's about $2.25 per serving. So it's something that you just kind of need to be prepared for. But a lot of good ingredients here. It comes in 8 different flavors. Best overall non-stim pre-workout on the market is Legion Pulse. Okay, so up next, I want to talk about Transparent Labs with their stim-free pre-workout. This actually took home 2 different awards. Our best budget option, also the best option for muscle gain. So I want to talk about money first. For a 30 serving tub, it's gonna cost you about 50 bucks. It's a little over $1.60 per serving, roughly. Chelsea, from a broad overlook right here, how do you feel about that price tag? And do you think this is, the best bang for your buck purchase, I guess?
Yeah, I think that this formula is really fairly priced. You get a lot of, it really packs a punch. You get a lot of nutrition for that $1.66 per serving. You're getting a great amount of amino acids, the taurine, and it's all clinically dosed ingredients. So I feel like that's, it adds a lot of assurance to the product.
If you don't mind, I'd love to expand on when we talk about best for muscle gain. So there is a clinically dosed 2:1:1 ratio of BCAAs in this formulation. Do you mind just kind of explaining a little bit more about that for people?
Yeah, so branched chain amino acids, they're really essential for building muscle. And research has continuously shown that 2:1:1 ratio of BCAAs is the most effective at muscle gain and even weight loss if that's your goal. So we're looking for, that leucine, obviously carrying the most weight in that ratio, followed by the isoleucine and the valine.
There it is, y'all. Short and sweet, straight to the point, honestly. Nothing else needs to be said. The best budget option just so happens to also be the best option for building muscle from Transparent Labs. Okay, so up next, I want to talk about Onnit's total strength and performance. Onnit is a very popular, well-known brand in general, from their strength gear, kettlebells, maces, all that stuff. But this particular product is our favorite for performance and recovery. Chelsea, first of all, this is going to cost about $60 for a 30 serving tub. How do you feel about the overall formulation here, and do you think it can actually aid in recovery?
Yeah, I think it has a lot of potential to help with muscle recovery. It's got that blend of adaptogens, vitamins, amino acids, those botanical herbs. All of that's going to work together really well to help promote muscle recovery. And the research is there. They've put it on their website. A study done at Florida State showed athletes that used this pre-workout had improvements in their performance levels. And I think improvements in performance levels require muscle recovery between workouts.
That's a very good point. You know, there is a whole lot of good stuff in here, but how do you feel about the proprietary blends that are within this formulation?
Yeah, I'm usually pretty hesitant on proprietary blends just because I like to know exactly what I'm taking and how much of it. I do feel like there's some really good ingredients included in these proprietary blends, so I'm not knocking it. And I also like that it's third-party tested. I think it's important to remember that sports supplements are not regulated by the FDA. So I love when a company goes that extra step to get their products tested by an unbiased lab.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You beat me to it. That's a really good point to bring up as well. And another thing that I like here is gluten-free and soy-free and vegan. This is the strawberry lemonade right here. They've got a couple other options as well. You might want to go and check those out if strawberry lemonade is not your jam. But there it is. The best for performance and recovery comes from Onnit with their total strength and performance. All right, so up next, I want to talk about caged, pre-caged, so obviously stim-free. I personally really like this. I went through a whole tub about last year or so, maybe a little over a year, I can't remember, but I went through a whole tub of this. I really liked it. So this is our favorite option with creatine, but also our favorite option for those who want to chase a pump, because as gym goers, we all are always chasing that pump, right? I know I am doing that often. Now, Chelsea, really quick, I just want to ask about the formulation here. First about the BCAAs, but then also about the betaine anhydrous, betaine, beta-ene, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, so I think this is, a really good pre-workout as far as those ingredients go, because you're getting the upper end of the recommended or the well-studied doses. So you've got the 2.5 grams of the betaine anhydrous, and then of course you're getting the creatine, HCl, and all those other really good nutrients for a muscle pump.
I kind of want to stick with the creatine conversation really quick. So you get 1.5 grams of creatine hydrochloride. That's still well below the daily recommended intake, but what are your overall thoughts of creatine hydrochloride?
Yeah, so that creatine hydrochloride, that's a creatine molecule with the hydrochloride attached, obviously. Creatine monohydrate's more well studied, but there's still some studies out there that show that the creatine HCl is more readily absorbed, so you don't need as much in one sitting. I would love to see more research on that over the years, just to kind of match the level of research with the creatine monohydrate. But I'm on board with it. I think it's great for this pre-workout.
That's a good point. There it is, y'all. The best non-stim pre-workout with creatine, and the best for those who want to chase a pump in the gym. It's caged, pre-caged, stim-free pre-workout. All right, well, that's a wrap on today's video over the best non-stim pre-workouts on the market in 2024. Chelsea, thank you so very much for joining me today and sharing your expertise. You have any closing remarks you want to share with people?
Thank you so much for having me. This is always so much fun. Just a reminder that stim-free workouts tend to offer better blood flow because there's no caffeine, so there's no constriction, those vasoconstrictive properties. So pay attention to how you're feeling after you take those pre-workouts and make the most of your workout.
Absolutely. And everybody has different experiences with any type of product in general. So you guys go and test out any of these non-stim pre-workouts. Leave a comment below. Let us know about your individual experiences. And don't forget, head over to BarBend.com because we have that article that pairs with this video. And there's some other products on there that you might want to explore. All you got to do is search BarBend Best Non-Stim Pre-Workouts, and it's going to pull right up for you. We'll catch y'all next time.